Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to Launch Global today. Sorry for coming behind schedule due to some technical issues. Well, today we'll be focusing on our older adults. You know, lots of times we are just concerned about the young people, how they take care of themselves, how they take care of their body, how they will eat right, and forgetting about the people who are from the age of like 50 and above. Because, you know, once you get to that age, it's like a lot of things are changing in your body. Your metabolism is becoming very, very slow. So today we'll get to talk and know about eating bad carbs and eating the right ones, like forgetting about the bad ones, and of course focusing on the right carbohydrate we need in our body. Aging brings about many changes. Your metabolism slows down, age, you have pains, and it becomes in like more commonplace, and your mind may not be as sharp as it once was. With several areas of life working against you, it may be easy to let your food awareness slip and focus less on nutrition. We talk about the importance of eating healthy as you age, specifically the impact bad carbohydrate can have on your body and mind. Now, let's look at the carbohydrate. And before we move further, we're going to go on a short break, and then after the break, we'll be looking at the different kinds of carbohydrate. What are you supposed to eat? Is it going to be like the simple carbohydrate or the complex carbohydrate? Well, one good thing is there can be a combination between those two carbohydrates, but the best thing is for us to know which is the right one to go for. So we're going to take this short break, and we'll be right back. Welcome back from the short break. Now, there's this question: what are good carbs and bad carbs? What are good carbohydrate and bad carbohydrate? Modern advertising has trained our brains to view carbohydrates a certain way, mainly through a negative lens. However, the word carbs and bad aren't mutually exclusive. Carbohydrate alone with protein and fat are important micronutrients your body needs to function. There are three elements to each carbohydrate, which is sugar, starch, and fiber. Ideally, you should strive to consume carbohydrate with these three elements and avoid high carbohydrates in sugars or added sugars. During photosynthesis process, plants produce carbohydrates and then use them as energy. Thus, humans consume more of their carbohydrates when eating plants. That's fruits, vegetables, grains, nuts, and seeds. Behind the scenes, your body takes carbohydrates from food and convert them into glucose to use as fuel. As you know, from driving a car, engines can operate without fuel. In this example, your body is the engine and carbohydrates are the fuel source. From there, carbohydrates are classified as either simple or complex. These are where a good and bad label comes from. Now, let's look at the simple carbohydrate. What can you refer to simple carbohydrate? How do you eat that? How does it work in the body? How does it function? We could see that, okay, carbohydrate, the simple, the complex, the sugar is there, starch is there, and of course fiber, which are the major carbohydrate we consume literally all the time. And one thing is we don't even get to know, okay, if it's carbs, it's carb, because it's basically generalized, and then it's like carbohydrate is good, it builds it's calcium, it helps you build the bone, it gives you energy, it gives you strength and all of that, but forgetting the fact that some certain carbohydrates have effects on your health, especially when you are older. From a biological standpoint, simple carbohydrate has one or two. This simple nature allows allows faster digestion. Simple carbohydrates are high on the glycemic index, the length of time it takes your body to turn carbs into glucose, then complex carbohydrate. The faster food are digested, the faster blood sugar level increases. The rapid release of glucose satisfies you instantly, but the feeling doesn't last long. This is more commonly known as a sugar rush or sugar high. Common example of simple carbohydrates to look out for, we have the fruit, milk, table sugar, and processed food. As you can see, not all simple carbohydrates are bad because fruits and milk contain vitamins necessary for your health. So you have to take note of the fruits and milk because they are very important. So if we say that, okay, simple carbohydrates are not that good, they are not healthy, we're not saying generally you shouldn't eat simple carbohydrate. Not all are bad. But then you have to know the insight of what kind of food now should I eat. How do I combine this? You have to reduce the taking of sugar, white bread, white rice, white pasta. Now, however, many simple carbohydrates such as white bread, white rice, and white pasta are stripped of their nutrients and provide minimal value other than causing blood sugar spikes. In other cases, sugars are added to packed food, desserts, and drink to make them taste better and improve their shelf life, but they contain no health benefit. So you should be aware. That's why it's preferable that you make your food, especially if you're older, and you have to start taking care of yourself at a younger age. Let me not say a very younger age, even from your child, from your toddler. You have to make sure you're providing him with the right food. If you want to give him the simple carbohydrate, make sure there's a mixture. The simple carbohydrate digests super easy, but it's so unhealthy because it affects your health, and before you know it, you start battling with diabetes, you start battling with certain medical issues, and you're running from one medical center to another. Trust me, you don't deserve that, and your body doesn't deserve it. So oftentimes you come and say, eat right, eat the good food. When you eat chicken, mix it with rice. You need to know what you need, what your body needs, and what your body doesn't need at a certain time. There are certain snacks, I think we've discussed that quite a while here. Like there are certain snacks that are genuinely not good for your body. There are people that, okay, I'm young, I feel maybe I can probably eat a little bit of it. Even at that, I am not supposed to eat that much. Regulate it. You have to cut down. Don't eat too much of sugar. You can have a little bit of it, but at least you just want something to give it that sweetness, that nice taste. Sometimes you just have so much cravings that you just want to find yourself and then take your ice cream. That is why oftentimes you see it's younger people, babies, even babies, it gets to an age where they can't take ice cream, and then you have to regulate it when they are growing to be able to enable them have this healthy life, healthy living. And of course, it's important to eat carbs, but it has to be regulated, and the right food should be consumed at the proper time. Now, moving into the complex carbohydrate, complex carbohydrate keeps you full. Like, unlike the simple carbohydrate, they digest so easy. That's why when you eat them, the next minute you are hungry. That's why all the cookies, the ice cream, the sweet tooth, anyways, all the sweetness, that's why it's called bad. Because you just eat them, you consume them, and before you know it, the next minute you're feeling full. Now, the complex carbohydrate, it keeps you full throughout the day. Your energy is still there. You don't feel weak. And that is why carbohydrates are the fuel that controls and then drives contains polysaccharates, meaning they contain more than 3 glucose molecules. Carbohydrates that are better for you are lower on the glycemic index, meaning your body takes longer to digest them. Whole food keeps you feeling full longer because common example of complex carbohydrate includes whole grain, legume, sweet potatoes, Irish potatoes, oats, and wild rice. I mean wild, not white rice. The simple carbohydrate, we said you have to regulate the intake of white rice, while the complex carbohydrate, you can eat wild rice. Here is a breakdown of healthy carbohydrate to add to your diet. Now, complex carbohydrates are vital for older adults because they are full of dietary fiber, including parts of the plant you eat that your body can't digest or absorb. Dietary fiber is either soluble or insoluble. Insoluble fiber isn't absorbed and added bulk to your stool. Soluble fiber enters your bloodstream, but it also helps soften your stool. Together, they assist your digestive system and bowel in moving effectively, lowering your risk of constipation and other bowel-related disorders. In addition, the sugar, vitamins, and minerals from complex carbohydrate provide fuel for cells your body needs to function. Like, you could see the difference in like the complex carbohydrate are super healthy. They help you to function, they help your blood streams, they just provide the right nutrient that your body needs. And when digesting, it comes very slow. It, like, you know, it's a process. Slowly. Yes, it keeps you full. It's healthy. It's help in building up your cells, and at the same time, it helps in digestion, protects you from simple carbohydrate. Now, carbohydrate has health risks. You know, our body needs the carbohydrate very, very well, but the health risks of carbohydrate. That's why most of the time when you are having certain, maybe when it gets to an age, you know, when you check older people, you know, they have to regulate the intake of their carbohydrate. That's why they will tell them, eat wheat, eat beans, eat vegetables and stuff. Like, they won't tell you, eat yam, eat all those. No. So although the body needs carbohydrate for fuel, a diet high in carbohydrate can be detrimental. Eating too much carbohydrate, especially food with added sugar, places a toll on the body because it must work in overdrive to process high blood sugar level. Any unused glucose converts to glycogen, and it eventually stores as fat, so your body has an energy source. Over time, this can cause weight gain, and it can raise triglyceride level and leads to heart diseases, diabetes, and also liver problem. Now, there's a study in 2012 by Mayo Clinical researchers, and then they found people over the age of 70 who consume a diet high in carbohydrate and sugar with 3.6 times more likely to develop mild cognitive in people ages 70 to 89, 940 of whom had a cognitive impairment. 4 years later, 200 of the 940 started to show signs of memory problem, issues with language, and struggling with thinking and judgment as well. And of course, the study now concluded what many other medical experts have said before: it's important to eat a balanced diet of carbohydrate, fats, and protein. And also a moderate intake of carbohydrate is acceptable as long as you don't overboard. So you have to be careful, because you know your body doesn't function the same. You are from let's say from the age of 1, 2, 3 to 5, your body functions differently. When you get to 10, your body functions differently. You get where you are an adult, you're grown. Every other thing, as a lady, probably you've started your menstrual cycle and stuff. Your eggs are fertile. A man, you've gotten to that level where at this point you are a man, and then everything in your body changes. So you have to make sure that you eat the right food, because if you're in that period, like in that stage, you have to make sure that what do you eat? Does it have effect on you? You have to regulate it. Carbohydrate is very good. Don't get it twisted, it's very good, but when you eat it too much now, it affects your health, because that's what makes you develop fat in your body. You gain weight unnecessarily, and too much of weight is not healthy at all. That is why oftentimes we suggest that when you eat, try and exercise. You don't have to run, you don't have to go to the gym. If you're someone like me who is lazy, you don't have to go to the gym. You can just take a walk, drink lots of water, take a walk. And of course, when you're taking all of those, you can decide to focus a bit on protein, little carbs, more protein and fibers, and regulate and cut down on the intake of carbohydrate. Now, what's carbohydrate for senior people, like older people at all? The U.S. Department of Agriculture recommends adults over the age of 60 to avoid food with added sugar, saturated fat, or sodium. Even though they taste good, these foods are high in calorie and low in nutritional value. Please just get this very, very clear. this particular food, I say they are high in calories and low in nutritional value. And then this particular food, I'll give you instances of this particular things you need to avoid. Now, whether you're young and you need to regulate that, you know how our parents can be like, if they want something, you can't even tell them, they will still go ahead and do it. But a few of them will listen when you tell them how it can affect their health. Now, if you're with me today and probably your mom is not there with you or your dad is not with you, just get this and make sure that you help them regulate that, because trust me, you need them to be healthy even though they get old. Like sometimes you feel like, I want to be with this person for the rest of my life. We know that, oh, it's not possible. One day we're all gonna go. But then we have to look out for each other. If this person is your loved one, then show them love. If you love me, you have to show me that you love me. You have to care about me and my well-being at least. So we're looking out for sugary drinks. You're looking out for soda, sports drink like Fearless, all those drinks that we be taking. You say energy drink. Trust me, you don't need it. You only need those kind of drink. Maybe at some point, soda is not even good. Maybe a young person who is an athlete, who somebody is energetic, you had a long day, you need something to relax on. It shouldn't be a habit. But then people who are older, they don't need it at all. Chocolate, milk, sweetened teas, juice, processed food, baked good, desserts, ice cream, candy. Then we have processed snacks as well, chips, cookies, and a lot of them. Refined food, we have the white bread, the white pasta, the white rice, sugary breakfast, and cereals. You know, you have to just cut down, and you have to, there are cereals that are very, very good for you. You can eat it, like perfectly good for you. But especially the ones that are wheat and stuff. But it's not every other cereal. Just because it's cereal and it's nice, you just want to dive into it and eat it. So most of the time, you should check the label or probably talk to your doctor to give you, or a food expert to give you an idea, a nutritionist, anyone at all, to give you an idea, okay, what are the list of things I can eat? And trust me, you don't have to be sick to eat right. Most of the time, people are waiting for, okay, it's when maybe they are saying, I'm getting old, I'm prone to diabetes, and this and that, before they rush into looking for help. It is not good at all. You need to attack the problem before it even emerge. Because when you allow the problem start already now, it's difficult for them to watch it. So, heart-healthy diet for older adults. When eating carbohydrate, focus on quality instead of quantity. Be sure to make the most of your food choice. Focus on eating fruits and vegetables, preferably fresh or frozen. Canned fruits and vegetables can be loaded with added sugar or sodium. So make sure you read the labels. Look for color when choosing vegetables, like dark greens such as broccoli, Brussels sprout, kale, and colored greens have plenty of vitamins and minerals. You choose lean cuts of protein, including plant-based protein, choices such as beans, chickpeas, and lentils. Eat at least 3 ounces of whole grain a day. This is a great opportunity to swap in brown rice or whole grain bread instead of refined white rice or white bread. Don't forget to include dairy in your diet either. Low-fat yogurt or milk has calcium and vitamin D needed for strong bone health. Strive for 3 servings a day. Food may smell or taste bland as you age. Adding herbs and low-sodium spices to your food can liven up your meal. And then probably obviously, times that you are having challenges, you can talk to your primary healthcare physician about how to approach your diet once you are over the age of 60. You might be 30 now, you might be 35, you might be 25, you might be 40. Trust me, time will come that you get to that 60. That's all we pray for. We just want to get to that age where we are all relaxed. We'll be like, oh God, I've enjoyed my life, I've achieved, I've done this. And don't forget what you've learned today. You should be able to differentiate between the simple carbohydrate and the complex carbohydrate so that it helps you have a healthy life as well, whether you're old or young. And please look out for your loved ones. You know, these older people can behave just old when they get there. When old age is stepping in, they just want to be the boss. They might not want to listen, but you have to explain to them how you care about their health and how you love them and how you want the best for them. Well, we're going to stop here today, and I hope you've learned something today, because I'm like, we've been doing it for the young people. Like, I want this, I want that, I should eat this lunch. What about the people who really, really need it for a healthy living. All right, thank you for joining me on today's episode on Launch Global. In case you have anything you want to share, you want to know more, you need an advice, you need suggestion, you can send it on all our social media platforms, and of course I will do you the honor of sharing everything with you, because that is all I care about. All right, I'm going to stop here. I leave you with what you learned today. Enjoy the rest of your day.